right? Did I do it right? I think I did it right. Woo! Is this in focus? Is it set up for autofocus? It is. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm checking a bunch of stupid shit. It looks like it's in focus. All right. Hello, all you beautiful people. No, I'm not Jacksepticeye. No. Man, that is an old opening for him. We're painting today. Hopefully I'm loud enough. But we are going to be painting this. I can't do much about that. It is as it is. The question is, do I really care about getting paint on my shop? Well, actually there are holes in the top, which would then lead directly down to things like the shooting board. So yeah, I was gonna be fast and dangerous. I know, I see it doing that. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is. I think it was probably from me walking in front of it, and it was trying to compensate for the in and out of focus elements. Also, that's the first time it's actually decided to be on when I turn the cameras over. Usually it's like, meh, no, don't exist, don't care. Yes, I think things through. Every once in a while. You know, it would make it seem like I actually knew what I was doing, as if I had this like already laid out. I guess that gives me some time so that you guys aren't watching paint dry the stream. Yeah, at this point, it is what it is. I mean, I could fix it. I suppose I should, you know, since actually if it's talking about molding planes, let's find out. Oh yeah, no, shit. I was about to say, I thought the last one I put on there was about molding planes, so. I guess I could fix that. Hi. 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 It don't like me. Give me 2 seconds.
Craftsman Studio said, "Hi."
Hey, Craftsman. Okay. Slime, that should update the text for you. That way you can't chastise me any longer. Hey, Craftsman, we are about to paint the piss out of this. And we're going to paint the back first because I don't care if there are drying pin marks. Note to self, use scissors. It has a tear line, but it's got foil on the inside so it doesn't tear quite right. There we go. Now it knows who I am. Right now we're doing sea green. We will be topping it with pitch black. That is specifically because the poster we're putting on the inside of it has this nice like teal color to the background. So I'm using a more teal colored paint, and we're going to distress it a little bit so that there's teal highlights in the black frame to kind of tie everything together. And we're using my general favorite fun time paint, which is milk paint. And I don't have my little whisk anymore. That rusted out in the flood, so we're using plastic forks. Put a little bit in there. So from painting my beloved tool chest over there, we learned put a little bit of water in there, get it basically, and mix this dry stuff to basically a putty. You want to break up all of the clumps before you start thinning it down. And that's the reason I'm using the fork, because it can kind of act like a whisk.
Fork should work even better because you can get into the corners and also smush clumps against the sides.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Good old plastic forks. Okay. Check the consistency. Hey, clumps, I see you there. Now it needs some more water because we've got basically a very runny pancake mix. And Craftsman, just so you know, this is really going to be watching paint dry the stream. But I mean, at least you get to watch me mix paint as well, so there's something in between. There's not going to be any hat redeems, and Minimax is not going to be present because I don't want paint on him. I don't want paint on the hats. That's why I'm wearing my slops. Oh wow, there's already paint on it. Awesome. Luckily, like I said, this is truly water-based paint. Let it. Now we're going to just let it set. All right, this is an amazingly fun stream for you guys probably. But right now I've got to let the.
Drink up me hearty.
No hydration. Ah. Yay. Actually, thank you. watching those bubbles go down. We actually probably need to put more water in it now I'm looking at it.
It briefly showed stream ended, then came back right away.
Oh, awesome. That means OBS is still having trouble. Or Twitch is being twitchy. It could be either today. But we have been having recent problems with Twitch being twitchy. Yeah, we need a little more water in there.
It was a connection drop because it said broadcast you were watching has ended.
Gotcha. Well, that just means I have to stitch files together when I put it on YouTube. Okay, that's about right. Now we'll wait for it to defroth. And I'm planning on doing this the exact right way, unlike the tool chest. We're going to put the layer on, let it dry, let it pop out all the grain, sand it, and then put the next layer on. Because it is a picture frame, it's not a toolbox. Toolbox doesn't matter if I pop the...
Still overlaid even though your audio and video is running again behind it.
What? Overlaid even though what? In the hell? In the how? And the what?
I had to leave and come back.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that typically happens when it gets dropped. You have to just leave and come back. Otherwise, it just sits there and says, no, not streaming. There we go. Get that a little more in the seeing through. Bubbles are going down. That's good. We are literally going to be the most boring stream on Twitch for today. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for Wednesday because it'll be birthday stream if I'm streaming on Wednesday, the way weather has been. Okay, I can definitely see using the... Yeah, my birthday is this week. So Wednesday would be the birthday stream, provided it's not super cold and I don't feel like streaming at night. We could call this the birthday stream, but I'm confident that we will still have decent temperatures. I think I already looked it up, so I think it's still supposed to be above freezing Wednesday where I live. All right, and I guess it's big, but yes.
Shows time 7:41 said. How long do you have to wait between coats of the milk paint?
It really depends on the layers. This first layer is going to dry super fast because it's water-based, and what it does is this first layer absorbs into the wood and kind of is your priming layer. So like 10-15 minutes it'll probably have soaked in and been done. Yep, I'm glad I picked this brush up for this because I was like, this is true. Say hello. Brush. I can't use a bristle brush for this. Whenever you're doing delicate work, always get one with an angle. It allows you to do much more controlled painting, and you can get into a corner and drag the paint down, as opposed to trying to get stuff to fit. Okay, this does look like it's about the same color as the background of the poster, so I'm happy about that. That needs to happen in warmer temperature because I got to be outside for that. Or I've got to at least have the garage door completely open.
undercoat too.
No. It may look like it, but no. That the PAL logo is kind of like a very light blue. It has no green in it at all. It's like a blue-gray. If you look at it in person, it is very different. Sorry to disagree, but I disagree. Get back in there. Get back in that pot right now. I expect to at least get 2 layers of paint, if not more, done, because the back is going to be substantially less painted, and we're doing the back right now. Because I'm doing my old tricks of
Meanwhile, some of your stickers seem a light teal, but true that paint seems darker and green.
yeah, the stickers shouldn't be teal at all. And true to form, this paint coats like absolute garbage for the first coat. But as I've said before, that's true to form. The whole point of it is it soaks in on that first coat, so you definitely see all the wood grain. Now what I'm doing is just kind of pulling the excess out of the sides.
Siri_bot says, Thomas Jefferson helped enact the dog tax in Virginia because he was annoyed that dogs were killing the sheep.
If you've got the power, do it. Okay. All right. What's the first coat on the back? And here's something I can do. I could actually put a lid on the paint if I wanted to. I was smart. I bought lids this time. But yeah, this is more or less, that's actually what I was planning on doing, is doing that and going, okay.
The little nail says, "Order up."
And doing this. Because it's a picture frame. Ain't no one gonna see the paint job in the back. I just want it sealed. All right, there. Front job. Best way to paint trim is not back and forth. I got to remember that I'm doing trim. The best way to paint trim is to have this angle brush and drag.
How's it going at the little nail?
Because you get one nice long even stroke, it drops the paint evenly. Okay, I'm going to dab that because there's a nail there. And it gives you that one long, nice, even stroke, and it helps when you're trying to clean miters too, because you can just drag here, drag here, drag here. So you don't have that weird brush marking that you get with painting with a brush. Once it gets thicker, it'll be way more evident. If you did long, even strokes by pulling, or if you did back and forth, because that's when the paint will start to gum. and it will show whether you painted
A little nail
it
tech.
properly or not.
Going slow. It's cold you. At Chills Climb 741.
I'm so glad I found a speaker that does that, a way to hear the TTS without it just completely stopping my train of thought. God forbid I ever become popular and there's like 400 people talking all at once, though.
Rillo 78 said, Papers Day.
Hey, Reload! How are you doing? We are finally at the stage of painting that frame, or finishing. We're at that last stage that nobody likes to do, which is finishing. Our paint today is Old-Fashioned Milk Paint Company, Sea Green.
741 said, that's a little nail thing, honestly. Hanging out here avoiding getting ready for a meeting later.
I would chastise you, but, I mean, eh.
Rillo 78 said, oh nice.
So the idea, and I don't know, Relo, if you're on the Discord or not,
Hi at Rillo 78.
but we're going to be framing an old-fashioned Stanley logo poster, an old Stanley Sweetheart logo style. Oh, good fucking. Let me clean my brush. Let me put this over here so I don't drink it. Let's just say I just destroyed my tea. All right, guys, make fun of me. I just dipped my brush in my tea.
Ha 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 ha.
You guys have free reign on that one. Someone clip it.
Paintbrush and tea.
Oh, I need to like make a I need to make an emote of just a paintbrush in a mug. Okay, that has edge. That has an edge. Oh yeah, I was going to be attacking this because I can't even see how bad I did.
The little nail said, ha ha hey ha 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 hey ha 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 ha.
But I would say if I could get more tea, it would be great, but I'm afraid I'm going to do the exact same thing, so please don't bring me tea. Or maybe bring me tea, I don't know. Okay. So that is the first layer complete.
Chills Climb 741 said, already on the way.
That's. I'll also pass off the bad cup to you. Okay, so now we play the waiting game because the green's going to pop a little because this is a pure water-based paint. And then we sand and reapply. And then after that, I don't need to sand anymore because we're just taking the pop off the grain.
You'll have to exchange the cups in the airlock of the laundry room.
I mean, that's fine. The laundry room's open. Hey, I do like the color of this. It looks a little washed out on the screen. Oh. Hi. There you go. There you go. Here's a teacup. Here's a painty teacup.
Okay, now don't put that on your workbench.
No, I'm putting it on the workbench.
Put it on the shelf so you don't do that.
No, it's going on the workbench. If it happens, it happens.
78 said, how's the temperature there now? Last time I joined the stream it was freezing cold.
It's above freezing. Come on. Thank you. It's above freezing, not by much, but it's above freezing. So I'm not worried about it breaking the frame with the water freezing the wood. It's like what, 40 maybe? I honestly don't know. I just woke up and I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's above freezing, and I'm awake. And that was at 7 a.m. Now it's 10 something.
Oh good.
Ooh. You want to take bets on whether or not I put the paintbrush in my tea again? Yes, I did not follow the recommendations from Slime to not put it on my workbench, so I do not confuse the two. So yeah, it is now paint drying the stream, and it's more of waiting for water to evaporate. And then we sand, and then we paint, and then we sand, and, oh wait, no. Then we sand, then we paint, then we wait, then we paint, then we wait, then we paint, then we wait. If my hands weren't dirty, I would show you the poster, but it's basically the Stanley Sweetheart logo on a teal and gold background, or the Stanley Sweetheart logo in gold on a teal background. So I was going to make this black. Yes, I'm painting it teal right now, but we're base coating it in teal. We're going to put a top coat of black on it, wear it down a little bit so we have like teal streaking and wear marks in it to kind of tie everything together. I honestly don't see the grain popping all that much. But either way, we'll know it's dry because it'll start to look chalky. Oh, looks like we're having an upload issue. We're in the red. In the red. What's going on? What's going on? Let me double check. I'm going to look at my computer real quick. Why are we up? We're back to green.
Dry a bit quick.
The first coat should dry pretty quick. After that, like I said, this is paint drying the stream. After the first coat dries, which should only take like 10-15 minutes, come on. First coat should only take 10-15. It's dropping down again. What's going on? What's going on? Why? For whatever reason, we're getting bad upload today. I love how the color of the frame almost looks like please. This is probably going to be a short stream if it keeps jumping in between.
Chill Slime 741 said, in-stream minigame while it dries. Spin the bottle.
I was wondering if I got lost there. Spin the bottle. Wouldn't I need people to kiss for that?
78 said, oh, we lost you for a bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. My my upload keeps going from green to red. So we may only get like the first layer done before I get frustrated because the upload rate keeps tanking today.
Chill Slime 741 said, LOLOLOL.
All right. Actually, one thing we could do, see if I can get it to lock.
78 said, it's good now.
All right. Yeah, it's been kind of tanking up and down. Where's it at? Where's it at? Yeah. It's been kind of tanking up and down. That upload rate.
741 said, I've had it across the street but it keeps coming back no problem. Except that one full drop.
Yeah. I expect to. Come. Can you see me? Camera? Well, anyway, we at least have these if we wanted to. The shanty books. Or we can play How Long Before StreamerBot realizes I'm giving it the signal to please zoom in.
Oh yes, this is the mini game.
Something smells good.
Yay, at least these updates
Cool.
are done. That reminds me, I need to get a new DVD of Muppet Treasure Island. Except for, we got Disney Plus.
Putting in the longboat until he's sober. Putting in the longboat till he's sober. Putting in the longboat till he's sober. Early in the morning.
What have we here?
Sorry, I gotta watch that. I haven't seen that in a while. Small fact, like the way that I sing Drunken Sailor is completely inspired by that scene with Tim Curry. Just ham it all up. I don't know.
That's a long chip.
Yeah, it is. Because I liked it. So we could do, let's see, we've got Drunken Sailor, which is easy.
Yeah, now I see it. That's why you don't sing that song with any kind of consistent rhythm. LOL.
It's not consistent, there is a rhythm to it. It's the exact rhythm it's supposed to be. It's a working song. The rhythm is for the work. Let's see. No, that one's about trollops. That one's also about trollops.
Rillo 78 said, BRB.
All right. Well, we'll try this just to try something new, and it's actually one that I do like. Oh, the times is hard and the wages low. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the times is hard and the wages low. It's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. The times is hard and the wages low. It's time for us to leave her. Me gone in beef and me weevilled bread. I wish the weather fizz were dead. Oh, geez, I don't know how to sing that right. The rain, let's skip to the third verse here. The rain, it rains the whole long day. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. The northeast wind is a blowing strong, so it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the times is hard and the wages low, and it's time for us to leave her. Now it's pump or drown, and the old man said, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, it's time to pump or drown, he said, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the times is hard and the wages low, and it's time for us to leave her. I thought I heard the captain say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow you'll have your pay, and then it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the times is hard and the wages low, and it's time for us to leave her. Hey, Disturbed Child. No, yeah, we had a redeem, and I finally replaced some shanty books that got destroyed in the flood, so we tried a new one. Despite what it sounds like, it is not talking about a woman, it's talking about a ship. And in reality. It's talking about a ship that's going down in a storm.
Schultz line 741 said, behold, bearing of grievances, shanty.
That is...
ESTRBDCHLD 1328 said, gotcha. Schultz line 741 said, the heck this job sucks.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. The hell with this, I'm leaving as soon as we get into port. It's getting there. It hasn't gotten chalky yet, but it's getting there. The back's probably chalky though. All right, and I'm glad to say the grain is actually popping now. Which means the wood is just soaking this stuff up. But that's exactly what we want. We want this first layer of paint to soak in and pop the grain, so we can just sand it down, get a little bit smooth, and then put the rest of the layers on. This layer seals the wood. But yeah, I found a ton of songs in there that I have no clue what the tune is, even though it does have the sheet music on it, but I'd have to have someone. What's popping off? Or did we start getting a red-green situation again, where we're losing? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Wow, that is terrible looking. Dropped frames, 18.6%. Jeez. That is not good. And we should be, hopefully, if I'm looking at this right, we should be in the green the rest of the day.
You said the grain is popping.
Yes. What I mean by that, let me wake up the keyboard again. There we go.
Chill Slime 741 said, sorry, was making a joke, not a comment about video quality.
Gotcha. But it should be All right.
Now I know what you mean about the grain popping up.
Sorry. Yeah, basically the wood is swelling the wood. The wood is swelling the wood. I am doing good today, guys. The water is swelling into the wood, and the grain, like difference between summer wood and spring wood is I believe the spring wood pops up, the summer wood stays consistent, and then you just sand it back down to the summer wood. So you get a nice consistent finish, and you don't have to worry about the finish at that point ever doing it again, because this is the sealing layer. S-E-A-L, not C-I-E-L.
Rillo 78 said, I gotta go fix dinner for the kids.
All right.
Have a great day.
Have a good one, Relo. Hope to see you again, man. Gotta say, I'm glad I...
Line 741 said, OMG with the TDS Canadian. Did it pronounce sorry to say sore what?
It might be Canadian, you never know. I have crazy, crazy things. I buy a quality brush and it's leaving bristles all over the place. I'm just joking, that's one bristle. And technically I could just do that. There we go. That'll keep the bristles good. Well, I mean, I was hopefully assuming you would be doing that while watching, but now I know your dirty secret. I'm giving this a good mixing again, because I could tell that there was stuff at the bottom. Like I said, today is watching paint dry the stream, so it's not going to be all that eventful. Heck, I think my last birthday was also something along the lines of watching paint dry the stream. Okay, it looks like we broke that clump up. Now, if we want to sand, we're going to have to actually wait for it to fully dry. I forgot about that. Now, the other thing we could do is just yell F it all and just continue on with paint. But I think it would probably be in our best interest to sand. Yeah, because we got some gummy spots here. Yeah, I think it would be in our best interest to sand. This may be a world's shortest stream because maybe I'm forgetting this, but oh yeah, we did the Dutch tool chest in the summer. That's why, yeah, that takes almost no time to dry in the summer. So yeah, it's probably just taken forever because it's still cold. You know, evaporation only goes so fast. Do we have we've got an extension cord. I could put a heater on this thing, but not exactly sure we want to do that either. Some of it's chalking. Okay, we're starting to get chalking. That's good. Like right here has got a good chalky texture. There's a good amount that's still wet though. Yay, paint drying the stream. Paint drying the stream. Paint drying the stream. Looks like I forgot to fix that. That's the only corner that does it. If I really felt like it, I could fix it, but at this point it doesn't matter. Just one corner that doesn't line up quite right. Out of the 4, having one corner that doesn't line up quite right, that's pretty good. Considering I made all the molding by hand as different pieces and not one long piece. That's pretty good. Nice hot warm tea. So how is you guys' day going? Let's see if it'll recognize me now. Yay! Hi! It's zoomed in. Because I do not know what to do to fill the space, the gap.
7:44 said, good morning.
Hey Tatum, how you doing? Welcome to the paint drying stream. Hope you're in for some riveting fun. Wait, there's no rivets. Sorry, this is not a metalworking stream. We put the first coat of milk paint on, and right now we're waiting for it to get dry enough to do a very light sanding.
I'm waiting for glue to dry.
I wonder whose will go faster, glue versus paint. I guess while we're doing this, let's see, what else we got? Something that I've been thinking about doing, we might as well just let it follow me around. And originally, I wanted to put my saws on the top of my Dutch tool chest, but now that I've got a long, now that I've got a 24-inch square, I'm thinking about putting my squares on there. And maybe a couple other things too.
Painful wind. I just put the pieces in plans.
Oh wow, yeah. And if it's modern glue, you've got like 24 hours. So I'm thinking about doing that, just because that would help alleviate the pain of me having to like. The problem is this does, if I remember correctly, does not fit in the actual drawer. Yeah, if it's modern PVA, you got a while. Tatum, I don't know if you've been on here. Like right now, we're just gonna like run through things because I'm just trying to fill time while we wait for this to get chalky in appearance. These are my old brass back saws that I got. Believe they were, yeah. These are by Garlic and Son. They don't have the weird reddish purple stain on the handles anymore. I stained them. I stripped them down and stained them to different colors so that I could tell them apart, which one was rip and which one was crosscut. You'll have to excuse how bad the blades look on them. They went through a flood. That's going to be like my standard excuse for anything at this point. Man, that looks like it went through hell. Well, it went through a flood, so yeah. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, some of the thick stuff is starting to... Yeah, we're starting to get chalk all the way down here. This is starting to slowly chalk, that's starting to slowly chalk.
I'm
This,
glad you're back in the shop.
I am glad to be up and running too. Also, we did, like I said, I'm gonna have this thing follow me around. I replaced my planer. I know nobody ever sees me use power tools, but I do have power tools. So we replaced the planer at Christmas, and my circular saw and my small belt sander are down under there. I only have like maybe 5 power tools now. I've got a power router, and then I've got my little Rockwell table mounted jigsaw thing. I don't even know what to call it. But it's a great little tool. And I threw out a lot of power tools after that because, I mean, they were, 1980s, 1970s craftsmen, and I couldn't get replacement parts to fix them. Or I couldn't get reliable replacement parts. So I was just like, I don't even use these tools very often. At this point in time, I grab hand tools more than I use them. And some of them are so finicky that only I know how to use them efficiently anymore. And so when they seized up, I was just like, they're gone. Hey, how'd you get down there? A little mini Mando, apparently on the ground. So yeah, I've got a planer, circular saw, small hand belt sander now, that little Rockwell, for lack of better terms, it's a jigsaw with a table and a fence. And that's really all you need. I mean, like, I don't need a table saw. I had a table saw. It was absolute garbage. It was like the cheapest, easiest table saw you could get, but I would grab my circular saw because I could get a straighter cut out of it. So when it seized up, I was like, When it went through the flood, I was like, that's the excuse I need to get rid of it. But like I said, at this point, I use hand tools so frequently that like prep tools, like stock prep tools, are about all I use anymore. So like a planer and a circular saw. Something to break stock down fast and get it to the hand tool size. And that planer will get a ton of use. Because I'm going to use it for its intended purpose in thicknessing. Because I don't ever want to have to take boards down to thickness. Big boards down to thick. Like little 4-foot board, fine, cool, I can do that, no problem. But if I'm thicknessing, 8-foot long boards, I don't want to do that by hand. I can. It's going to take a good long amount of time. Almost to the sanding phase. Almost to sanding off the popped grain, and then we can put on layer 2. But glad you stopped in, Tatum, even if it is paint drying the stream. Hopefully by Wednesday it will be put the picture frame and the picture together, the stream. Because now it's, I can, come home from work tomorrow, put another layer on, come home from work Tuesday, put the final layers on or whatever. You get what I'm saying. Hopefully it will be, but most likely it won't, now that I think about it. But it might be. You never know. I probably won't even have the picture ready by then. I need to mount it to the little piece of 1/4-inch plywood I sized on, was it Wednesday or Sunday? We've had too cold to stream days. And I can't wait to use this guy in its intended purpose. In fact, let's get you in the hole that you're intended to go to, because you're going to be my leg clamp. Gonna be my end vise so that I can vise between the dog stops. Whee!
Next form's 8, on the road again.
Ah, that's all right, Mecca. Glad you stopped in. He said, we're just waiting for paint to dry. You ain't missing nothing. He said we might be able to sand and put the second coat on before the stream ends today. Slowly, it's getting chalky, which means all the water is going into the wood.
Table 44 said, same here with my garage. Limited to the few longish days until spring.
Yeah.
Same measure.
Man, this tea tastes absolutely great when it doesn't have a paintbrush in it.
Frame looks good. The Wonder Dog is a useful tool.
Yeah, this is my birthday present to me, the Wonder Dog, because it, like I said, it's gonna be it's my end vise. I don't have to and it keeps me from ever having to try and figure out how to put an end vise on a Nicholson bench. I have my end vise right here. Thank you, Veritas and Lee Valley. So I think I'm just going to keep that one permanently mounted there because that is my end vise. And I could make a couple holes past out there.
Table 44 said, same measure.
Double check this isn't getting goopy. It is. Give it a spin.
Form 8, if you have a pair of those in a couple of the jobs for less, you can clamp just about any shape.
Well, I mean, Mecca, I've got Holdfast. I've now got that Wonder Dog, and then I've got brass dogs as well. Like I've gotten to the point where I can clamp anything, and I'm stupid happy about that. What is on this? I'll have to sand that off. Oh, okay, it's just wax. It's just wax. I'm keeping this from turning into a thick mess. I am liking the color though, so I'm happy about that. So the idea, like I said before, the poster is, I believe, teal with a gold Stanley Sweetheart logo in the middle. No, it does have this, and I can get a couple of screws and mount whatever jaw I want on it, though, which is kind of nice. I got it bare without any soft jaws. So I will just be making a couple, like I'm probably going to make a block, a V block, or a couple different kinds of V blocks with leather on them for soft jaws. Because I'm not going to clamp the brass straight to it. I just haven't made a jaw for it yet. Sorry, I keep stirring this because I don't want it to settle and thicken. I think we're at the point. Yeah, I think we're at the point of doing this. Yep, we are. Hooray, we can. We can move on to step 2. Which is sand the popped grain. Why am I doing this the hard way? Just pick it up. which means we'll at least get 2 layers. We'll get the prime and the first real layer of teal on today. We might actually be painting this black still on Wednesday.
That's my great done. Have a good day, everyone.
All right, have a good one, Mecca. Glad you could stop in when you did.
Tatum 44 said, I found a red frame and want it painted black.
Technically, yeah, this is getting painted black, so like the idea for this is the picture itself is teal with the gold logo on it.
No colors anymore. Tatum 44 said, later Mecca.
But yeah, this will get painted black actually. So that's where it's all wet. Okay, that's fine. If it's still a little wet on the back, big deal. But yeah. And as it was last time, we go bloop doo. The corners, of course, are like the back. I'm not worried about popped grain or anything.
You could have been learning for a minute while I talk.
That's all right. You do you, Tatum. All right. So we're going to do the same thing we did last time. Let me go get this square, this little popper do. We'll go ahead and start putting this layer on the back. Like I said, the back I'm not too worried about. The back is the back is the back. We've gotten rid of the popped grain, so let's put layer 2 on. And this one is going to take forever to dry. This one is going to be proper, and it's going to have to take a few hours to dry. So after this, we may have to call it quits. Like I said, it's going to be a short stream because you guys don't want to listen to me talk for an hour. Luckily, like I said, the first layer is always the fastest. Let me see if I can get something to dry the brush out a little bit. But, like I said, I'm going to have something prepared for you guys for Wednesday. Hell or high water, we're going to stream something because that will be birthday stream. Got to stream on my birthday. And I just realized there are so many people that are apparently birthdays all at the same time. Okay.
Free fall flash said, no more high water.
But I like wearing my pants a little high.
Black and paint said, did your miter cut turn out how you wanted after the last side?
A little bit.
Fall flash said, looking forward to a hell stream though.
I mean, everything came together, and the miters themselves look really good, except for one corner. That's because I forgot to, before we started painting and everything, I forgot to trim that corner with a chisel. Basically pare it down because one of the molding edges was a little bit higher than the other. But the other three corners, very beautifully, match up. So I'm happy. I don't care that, you know, it's held together with glue and nails. It's a rustic old frame, so let it be held together with cut nails and glue. Okay. And as I said before, this is the back of the frame, right guys? Right guys? Is anyone going to look at the back of the frame to see
44 cents. Fact. Did you say birthday stream on Wednesday?
Yes, I did. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know exactly what I've got planned. There's probably not going to be like big, like celebratory things. I'm going to do this or blah, 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 blah. I don't have any like special things planned. But I will be streaming Hell or High Water.
All Flash said. He said something about hell and high water at Tatum 44.
That should be the last layer of green for the back. Let me get you in correctly. There we go. Okay. Now we put the first real layer of teal.
Tatum 44 said. Morning free fall.
As I said before, long, confident strokes with a chisel edge brush. If you're doing any kind of edge or detail work,
Free fall Flash said. Morning.
and the more I use it, the more I'm liking milk paint. Yeah, it's a hassle to mix it up, but it's easier to clean up. And I mean, honestly, it gives you about as much protection as latex paint. Like, so easier to clean than latex, about as much protection. If you don't like the chalky look, put a little shellac on it. You got it back down to what it looked like when it was wet.
Big fat, ugly, bug-faced, baby-eating O'Brien? Hi.
Wait, who followed? Oh, thank you. Thank you for the follow, Twisted Rivers. I'm surprised anyone followed during a painting stream. If you don't mind, can I ask how you found us? What drew you in? Etc., etc., etc.
As much protection as latex paint. Down for St. Craig.
I mean, that's the whole thing. Is like, this is, it'll take abuse. It'll take abuse. For me, it's easier to fix too. I think that's where my brain is going most of the time now with paint. Is it easier to fix, or just finishes in general? Like, I like shellac because someone screws up the shellac finish. Give me some rubbing alcohol and a couple flakes, and I'm done. As opposed to going, well, shit, I got to sand everything. And I got to remember what I finished it with. so that I can get the same finish, or hope to get the same finish. It's just one of those things, it's just like, I'm looking for the simplest way to finish something so that when it fails down the line, and
Nathan Payne said, shellac is my favorite finish.
I absolutely love flake shellac. Not a big fan of the canned stuff, just because you got to be careful buying it. But I absolutely love shellac because it's just simple and it works. But that's where my brain goes with finishing things. Simple and it works. And beyond that, can I repair it easily when it fails down the line? That's the big question that I usually ask myself. Like with poly, you can. But how much modern furniture you buy in a store? Is it poly? Is it shellac? Is it varnish? Is it something else? That's the thing I don't like with, like, I can't, like, if the finish is destroyed, I gotta try the guessing game of what finish did they use. So now I am 100% in the game of, I'm using these finishes, that's it. Is it interior or exterior? Ask that question for myself and then go forward from there. That way, when I sell something, I'll be able to fix it if something goes wrong.
Freefall Flash said, a couple years ago I bought a mid-century Danish chair at a garage sale. My intention was to repair it. Turns out someone had temporarily repaired it with some sort of epoxy.
Oh, awesome.
Unfortunately, it ended up in the dumpster.
Awesome. That's the other thing, like, that's another reason why I'm leaning heavy into, like, hide glue. Because when it breaks in the future, I can steam it apart and have the exact pieces, as opposed to, well, now I got to drill this out, or I got to rig up something to fix it. There we go. That is layer 2, and it's starting to look way better. And it will not be done drying until it is chalked, fully chalked. Like, it'll actually look chalky all the way across, because we've got that first layer on that kind of seals up the wood. So we don't have a way, so it'll actually stay this color but get really chalky looking. Like I said, I was a smart boy today. Lid. Now we don't have to worry about it going bad. I can come back later. I can mix a batch that is bigger than I need and use it all through the day. Yeah! I bought a lid.
At least 3 of these trenchers would have needed to be replaced.
Ooh.
I paid $5 and didn't want the headache.
What kind of wood was it? Because I might have just destroyed it. Oh, it wasn't partially exotic. Gotcha. I was about to say, like, if it was something like mahogany, I would have just cut it apart and planed it into pieces to use later. I'm like, yep, we're just gonna use that for something else. All right, let's play the, like, at this point, I'm not gonna keep you guys here to watch another layer dry. That's gonna take 2 hours. Like, it goes up exponentially till it hits about 6 hours. Oh, birch. Oh, birch would be kind of good to repurpose into things, but it also depends on the size. But see, like the first layer, you got, like 15 minutes. And then it's like an hour, hour and a half. And then it goes up to 6 hours on the third layer, like a normal paint. And at that point, you really don't want to be watching. Oh,
Something smells good.
here you're catching me right before I lose.
Cool.
Hey ho, and up she rises early in the morning.
We'll just make it easy.
Putting in the longboat until he's sober. Putting in the longboat till he's sober.
Doing the easy
Putting
way.
in the longboat till he's sober.
Because there's more
early
verses
in the
in this one.
morning.
What have we here?
Stowaways. Oh, it cuts off right before stowaways. Damn it. I'll have to change that to be like a half a second longer. Oh, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? What can we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Way high and up she rises, patting blocks of different sizes. Way high and up she rises early in the morning. Throw him in a longboat till he's sober. Throw him in a longboat till he's sober. Throw him in a longboat till he's sober early in the morning. Pull the plug in, wet him over. Pull the plug out, wet him over. Pull the plug out, wet him over early in the morning. Make him stay and bail it over. Make him stay and bail it over. Make him stay and bail it over early in the morning. Put him in the scuppers with a hose pipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with a hose pipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with a hose pipe on him early in the morning. Way high and up she rises, patting blocks of different sizes. Way high and up she rises early in the morning. Oh. God, sorry. Brain's going on different directions here, guys. I'm looking for a place to raid out to, and I'm gonna have to charge up the keyboard, it seems. Wait, sorry, I had to read your stuff because I turned the speakers off because I was running around Steam, or not Steam, Twitch. But yeah. Yeah, being a non-stop talking machine does help. Let's see, we got Viking. You know what, guys? Since he's still on, I know exactly where we're raiding to. All right. Yeah, I kind of wish they would do more of the quiet ads, the ones that pop up to the side and just are like, you know, click this if you want this item. It would make way more sense. All right, so guys, we are going to raid out, and today we're going to go to someone we haven't done to in a while. We're going to Hula because he's always a fun one to watch. He turns, he's crass, he's fun. He's probably making wands, but hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you Wednesday for whatever we're doing birthday stream-wise. All right. Have a good one, guys.
Tatum44 said, good to see ya. Catch up with you next time.